But a voice of the 80s is also not coming to the big screen, brother, because the Stone Cold, not Stone Cold, it's not Stone Cold, the Stone Cold of the 80s, Hulk Hogan's biopic starring Chris Hemsworth has been scrapped, pushed aside, done. So can we talk about Hulk Hogan's biopic? This kind of surprised me because all the elements are here. Todd Phillips from the Joker, right? Joker 1, 2. You have him writing, directing, creating. You have him. You have Chris Hemsworth blowing the universe out of the world as Thor. And even his interview is like, I get bigger than Thor. I get fucking massive. Be Hulk Hogan. I work at the accent. He's excited about it. You got Hulkamania. Maybe there's some stuff going on besides political wise. Maybe that's what killed this. Who knows? But I would say this overall, I'm shocked. Because what they do with Joker and moving forward, I would think that this would be a team that you have together, that this movie would be an easy sell. Again, Hemsworth wanting to do this, Todd Phillips wanting to do this. There's a lot of big team players here. But unfortunately, this project has been killed. And it started in 2019. 2019 was announced a long time coming before COVID and everything else. And now it's done. And what Todd Phillips actually said about this moving forward, he said that... let me find his actual quote. He said, I love what we were going to try to do here, but that's not going to come together for me, which makes me wonder. It's very cryptic, very fucking cryptic. And Hemsworth really wanted to do it. He said he's been saying over and over again, he's so excited to play Hulk Hogan. Again, 80s, he made wrestling. He started the whole thing. Good. Hulk is a bad person. You're kind of right, Lexi. Some of the shit he did with the steroids, with all the shit that happened with WWE back in the day, this is a long time coming. Who knows what he was actually doing?
Well, you did hear whose company got the rights to the Gawker movie.
Who's that, Jordan?
Remember the whole controversy with, what is it called?
Vince McMahon, with him like shitting on women? There's also that, which is also a fucking whole thing.
Based on
not good.
A court case in which Hogan won $140 million judgment against Gawker when they filmed his sex tape.
Yeah, the sex thing. Yeah.
You know who got the rights to that?
Who?
Ben Affleck. That's your Hulk Hogan.
Jordan, are you saying that Batfleck killed this project? Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm thinking so because that movie is on the go-ahead with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck's team.
Whoa.
What?
It's called Killing Gawker.
So, I think it really came down to he didn't want to shave his head and look like Jordan and I.
Actually, that Lexi saying about the Bubba the Love Sponge stuff, that's what that movie's supposed to be about. That sex tape where he was being all racist and shit.
Well, no, that's the thing that Todd Phillips came forward and said that this movie was not supposed to be about that. It was supposed to be about the 80s and that time, that era of wrestling.
This is going to be about, and I think it was going to be made around the same time.
Oh, so maybe because of the controversy. Yeah. Well, you don't want to shine someone in a good light and also shine them in a bad light. That's actually great though for theaters, if you ask me, because it drives audiences together to be like, oh wow, they're similar, but it's different sides of the story. That's actually good television, good film, if you ask me. So I don't know why you wouldn't want that together. Ron, you've been in the business for a long time too. Wouldn't you want to see this move forward, or do you think there is some controversy, like Jordan saying, that one company could actually kill another project like this?
It's weird because I could see it happening, them killing another one, but I like the idea of having two similar ones out in the theaters. It would bring up a lot of interest because people would be like, why are there two?
Great for theaters too, right? Great drama for theaters, great ideas. Theaters would love that shit. They would be like, man, this was actually done and canceled and over with. I would think overall, right?
Mm-hmm. I would think
it's crazy. Let's go back to Jordan very fast here, because Jordan, it was a Hulk Hogan fan, as I was, brother, back in the day.
He was.
You know what I mean?
I was more of an Ultimate Warrior guy, but
back in the day, Hogan was like the American dream for a lot of people. He was everything, and he was just like, he's a figurehead for wrestling. Did you want to see this as Chris Hemsworth being this, and are you very bummed that this is actually be canceled now, over with, and never be seen again?
Kinda. I was actually looking forward to it. I think Chris Hemsworth could have been a great Hulk Hogan. I mean, he puts in the work. He gets the body when he's Thor. I mean, he's a great actor. I think he could have done it, and I would have liked to seen it. But then, what kind of story are we getting? Are we getting the true Hulk, or are we getting a fluff piece?
Well, I think it was a fluff piece. But the thing is, Todd Phillips, so he was doing Joker, was like intense, great, amazing, That's what I expected for this.
It was also fiction. I mean...
That's true.
You know, Hulk's got an image, and in the modern day era of internet and cell phones and all this other stuff, his image has kind of been tarnished a lot.
Oh yeah, the sex tapes, the fucking divorces, the shit,
The
like
racism.
you're saying, the
It
racism.
would just be a
Oh my
fun
god,
movie,
the fucking
right?
race. It should. That's what they want. They wanted a fun movie. They wanted a fun movie about wrestling in the '80s.
That's what I think
Again,
it was. Yeah.
You know, but
That seems like a movie I would wanted to see.
Yeah. So are you bummed, Allie? Do you think that Chris Hemsworth could have like made something great, fun to revitalize a fun time in the world?
Yeah, I think he seems like an amazing choice. I think that would have been really, really fun, and I think we got just like deprived of it.
Do you think this is like Jordan said, like an inner working political thing for the business that actually snowballed and stopped this thing?
It's hard not to feel like it might be a little political because I know that there's been a lot of talk about there's a Reagan movie that just came out, and like their promotions were being suppressed because they said, oh, it's going to interfere with election stuff, and because of Hulk and his big
election thing
scene
too
over at the RNC, it makes me think like, oh, people were like, just kill it. Like a good thing about him right now, kill it.
That's what I kind of thought about too. And I hate we don't get political in this show too much, but I thought that a little bit. You know, when I first heard this, I'm like, maybe it's something to do with politics.
It's hard not to jump to. Not necessarily true, but it's hard not to jump to.
It's hard not to jump to. It really isn't. But like he did bring like, and if you set that aside, like what he did for the business, like he really brought wrestling to be mainstream. You know, and a lot of people like think about wrestling, think about Hulkamania, running wild, like, you know, and dropping that leg and doing the whole, you know, doing all this, you know, like GR used to do until he shaved his head, became a Stone Cold fan, you know, he used to do it all day with his Hulk Hogan hair, not anymore, you know, and, you know, maybe that's a political move for GR shaving his head, who knows, but I'm just kidding, GR, I'm just fucking kidding, but I was saying, like, I'm just saying, it's a weird thing. You can pit it fool. He has like that merchandise himself. Yeah. The Hulkster was a big thing, and I thought this was fun. Todd Phillips again, what he was bringing to Joker, the realism, the rawness. And when I heard that, it was something like almost like a fluff piece about wrestling too. It seemed like there's somebody stopping him from telling the true story. Also, maybe that's why I got stopped, because there's a lot more layers besides just Hulkman running wild in the '80s. There really is. And Chris Hemsworth is a fucking great actor, and him playing Hogan. At first, I was mad about it. But I'm like, you know what? Who's gonna get big enough to have that 27-inch pythons, brother? 24-inch pythons.
We already know. Ben Affleck.
No fucking way, Jordan. No fucking way that Batfleck would play Hulk Hogan. There's no way. You're saying that there's no universe in my world that Ben Affleck is Hulk Hogan.
All I know is Ben Affleck and his 12-inch
Who do you think is going to play Hulk Hogan?
Hemsworth is great. He can shave a little bald spot right here and have the hair right. You know what I mean? Fucking great. He's already got it. Yeah. And he's the kind of guy that will put on that muscle. That's just, I mean, like, who else is going to do that? Who's going to dedicate themselves besides, like, I mean, like, The Rock? But The Rock can't be Hulk Hogan. Well, Hugh Jackman would do it.
That's hilarious.
Hugh Jackman.
Hey, there's our
let's
boy.
go to Torbett. Let's go to Torbett here, because Torbett's popping in. He doesn't know who Hulk Hogan. Hey, does Torbett even know who Hulk Hogan is?
Oh, he does.
Oh.
So Torbett, Hulk Hogan, he's a monumental figure in the professional world of wrestling. He's also controversial. Chris Hemsworth was supposed to play him. Can you imagine Chris Hemsworth being Hulk Hogan?
Thor. He was Thor. Chris Hemsworth was Thor.
Oh, no. I mean, Hulk Hogan being Thor, I mean, it's not the worst thing.
No, not Hulk. No, Thor being Hulk Hogan.
Thor being Hulk Hogan? Yeah, no.
Torbet's like, no way.
Yeah,
No, not gonna have that. Would you want to see a Hulk Hogan movie about his life story moving forward?
Probably not, honestly.
It's set in the 80s.
Set in the 80s, a period piece?
I could relate to all of it and tell you. In fact, I went to high school with his daughter.
Ron, you went to high school with his daughter?
Yes.
That's a did you know, right? That's awesome.
I like his ears.
And her Cadillac. She had a Cadillac.
So random. So
It's
random.
It said Hulk rules on the front, right? It said Hulk
Right.
rules. It was red and yellow. It was red and yellow. Hence why we're red in this topic for Hulk Hogan. We're red. Good old Hogan. And Jordan's wearing the yellow for him.
I am.
You know, once Torbett said that,
American.
once Torbett said that, I was like, actually, you know, Hulk kind of looks like some of the renditions of Thor from the comic books.
Yeah.
He does.
There's something there.
Brother.
There's something there.
He doesn't have as much hair as Thor.
The movie was good. That movie was good, Lexi.
What was?
He doesn't. No Holds Barred.
No Holds Barred? No. Let's talk about his all-time
Everybody's-
classic. Suburban Commando.
No holds
Oh, that's my
barred.
favorite Hogan movie. Yeah. It's a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there.
You're a dead man, Ramsey. No wonder you guys never talk.
It's so good. So what's up, Torbett? You got something to say, Torbett?
No.
He's
popping
What
out.
about,
He's bouncing.
I'll stay for the last part.
Well, that's fine.
We're gonna go with something else, I think, Torbett. But anything else to say about Hulk Hogan? Does Hulk Hogan even matter or register to anybody in your generation?
No way.
No way.
Yeah, no.
Because you know what, brother?
Not making any money.
Nobody's asking to eat your vitamins and say your prayers and all that, you know. But the Hulk Hogan biopic is done, everybody. If you were excited about it, Chris Hemsworth playing that part. Unfortunately, it is done, kapoosh, done, over with.
It's time for my biopic.
Yeah, it's time for the Thirsty Daddy biopic, not the Hulk Hogan one, because that is now the Hulkster is gonna go to heaven, apparently. So, sorry, Hulk, it's not happening. Unfortunately, it's not happening.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the pep star needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.